Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the Performance Lab. Don't forget to subscribe below to the right for updates to new videos and a huge announcement coming up. Enjoy! What's up everyone, Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we have a new breakdown for you today on Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was about 6'1" during his playing times, about 195, and so with that being said, I haven't really done the breakdown yet of these guys' numbers. A lot of times I like to do it during the actual breakdown, but we're looking at a lot of the top runners. You know, their transition time spent off the ground is about 0.31, maybe 0.33 overall. And their overall contact time spent on the ground is about 0.1 to 0.13. So we're going to get a look to see how Deion Sanders, and really get an understanding of why was Deion Sanders so fast. Obviously, this is going to be at the top end speed that we're going to be talking about. So, you know, we'll want to get him going a little bit. But, I mean, just notice, too, the reason I'm doing this breakdown is because overall, when I was just watching this video of Deion Sanders highlights and how well he's able to really run as an overall athlete, and while watching it, it really made me think, like, man, you know, I don't know if there's anybody that does a better job of pushing off his back leg and really getting his legs out in front of him as Deion Sanders really has the ability to do. So where we really want to be able to get the video is once he's getting into his top speed. We'll go here as he's getting going here during these steps. So let's go this step. Let's start here. Let's just see where he's at. So first of all, he's going to end up touching the ground here at about 1901. Actually, probably closer to 1903. And he's off the ground at like 1915. 1903, to 1905. So that's about 15. It's about a 0.12 contact time there. And then the transition time, so the time he spends off the ground from 0.15 to when he touches the ground again, is about 0.46. 19.46. So that's about a 0.31 contact time. The reason I say about it is just because obviously with the video it's hard to get a perfect number here. And the big thing that, you know, when watching this, where we really want to be able to show the abilities of Deion Sanders is really, again, that ability to not allow his weight to go too far forward before he pushes off that back leg. Right, he's really quick. He puts a huge emphasis on driving those legs forward as he's running, and that's what really makes him have the speed that he's able to have. And I think, you know, part of the reason why he did that is because he had all the high stepping that he did all the time. But, you know, we'll be able to get another view here. At least gets going. Boom, 31.78. 31.91. 32.25. Yeah, so he's at about add another 9 on here, 0.34. So really his contact time about 0.13, and his transition time aren't at a huge amount. You know, his numbers aren't like, oh wow, those are tremendous. I mean, he did just catch the ball, but it's just his ability to look at how fast he's able to, as he transitions off, be able to drive that knee forward as quickly as he can while maintaining that spine angle. Right, he has just the supernatural run. See how and not like a supernatural, like not natural, like very, very natural, very, you know, supernatural. Notice how as soon as his foot, you know, this is such a big thing, right? As soon as your foot crosses your hips, you want to be able to press off, because now you could drive that knee up. Look at how well he's able to get his legs down in front of him. And now from here, you know, he has that nice angle, so now he could really extend out. See how he gets that full extension? And then from that full extension, now he drives that leg underneath him, and that's what makes it so he can get such a fast carryover, what makes it so he has that great transition speed. A lot of times what happens, you can even see with this like this lineman right here. See how far back his feet get behind him as he's trying to run? That makes it so now he can't lift up his knees nearly as high, and really from there, he can't straighten out the leg near as well, right? Deion Sanders naturally is able to get that knee so far up that now he could straighten his leg, and he actually would run with his legs basically straight once he started to get going with his showboating and everything like that. And that's what made it so he was so fast, is that he had that ability to really get his legs down in front. I don't know if after I saw that, I called my friend and just told him, like, man, I think Deion Sanders of everybody might have just the most natural running form that I've seen, and that he just spends so much more time with his foot more in front of him when he's running in comparison to his foot more behind him. And I think if you could watch this video and get that main concept and why Deion Sanders was so fast, it's because he spent so much time, more time with foot in front in comparison to foot behind. People get so caught up with creating force off the ground that they spend so much time with their legs behind them when they're running, when really it's about how fast could you get your leg out in front of you, right? If you can, and I've said this in a lot of videos, but if you could really do this and look to see how Deion Sanders does it, right? I just wanted to make a video that's a little bit more for like more of a football audience. That's what the carryover is. And he does a great job too in having that natural bend, that forward lean in the spine. And then as he gets going, he kind of straightens himself back out, right? He has a very natural acceleration pattern there where he's bent over to going straight up, and now he's just taken off. But the bigger thing is really just that how well he can get those knees up and pull back. And so if you guys can understand how to implement that, not only from a track setting, right? Because when you're running in a straight line of 40, something like that, it's a lot easier than when you're on the football field. And that's why Deion Sanders, everybody talks about how Deion Sanders had the best football speed ever. And it's because he was able to naturally transfer it over from when he was running a 40-yard dash or something like that to on the field. So when he was on the field, he was just running by everybody all the time because his feet were in front of him all the time. All right? So yeah, I mean, we want to always continue to give you guys more information about the run, the sprint, how you can improve the run and the sprint. And if you have any questions where you want us to break it down, I think that's where we can give you guys overall the most value is in the breakdowns, right? I mean, the speed program is great, and I 100% would stand behind what we're doing with the speed program. But if you guys are watching this and wanting to get more information about your individual run, I would say getting a breakdown and really understanding, really connecting to what you need to work on is going to be huge in really taking your game to the next level. So yeah, hopefully you guys take action on that, and hopefully we can help you out and hear from you very, very soon. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.